Hello, welcome to practice. I'm Casey and this is May, and today we're going to be doing our fourth video in our Get In, Get Out series. This series has videos that are all about 20 minutes long and they focus on just one muscle group. Today's muscle group that we're going to be focusing on is the upper back that has muscles like the trapezius, the scapula, and the deltoid muscles. Generally in yin, we don't really address muscles because we have gotten past muscles into connective tissue, which yang forms of exercise don't generally do. Because of this, if you're going to be doing yang forms of exercise, so power yoga or cardio, running, lifting weights, I suggest that you do these practices afterwards. However, if you want to take the postures as a stretch before, I would just suggest that you hold them for less than 90 seconds. And the reason for this is because when we hold postures for more than about a minute and a half, we do get into connective tissue and we're relaxing it and we're stretching it, which is fantastic, but not before you go and you do exercise that is very vigorous. So if you want to take these postures beforehand, just keep the holds to less than about 90 seconds. We're going to take only 2 postures today on the right and the left side for 3 minutes. I suggest bringing a towel or a blanket and also a couch pillow. Let's go ahead and meet back here on all fours. Let's get started. Come to all fours. Shoulders over elbows, over wrists, hips over knees, calves in a 90-degree angle to your thighs. We're going to do a bit of yang movement here. Inhale, pushing away from the floor with your palms, moving your shoulder blades apart. Arc your spine up. Tuck your pelvis in towards the floor. On an exhale, drop your stomach towards the floor, spine now in a downward curve. Loop your shoulder blades back. Imagine that you are trying to let your chest be wide and shine out in front of you. Inhale, cat, arching the back. Exhale, cow, letting the spine sway. Move slowly here, peeking at the depth of each movement. Keep going with your breath. Observe how your upper back feels in this movement. Does it feel tight in one posture? How far can you move the shoulder blades together? How far apart? Come to stillness on all fours. Bring the toes together, knees wide. Move the right arm up in a twist. Thread it between your left armpit and the floor, placing your right shoulder to the ground. If the shoulder does not want to come to the ground, use a block or a pillow to bring the ground up to your shoulder. Be mindful of your neck. If it feels pinched, place less weight on the torso and more on the right arm. Left arm can stay extended or brought in closer to your body. To deepen the stretch, extend the left arm up, rotate the palm to face behind you, and bring it to your sacrum. An option, if this posture feels inaccessible, is to sit the hips back onto the legs. You will still get a great back stretch doing this. Thread the needle stretches the upper and outer muscles of the shoulder, is a spinal twist, and allows for gentle compression of the upper chest muscles. Press into your left hand, bringing your right arm back through and under your shoulder. Sink back into a child's pose. Come up to all fours. Take your knees slightly wider than your hips. Lower down to your elbows. Bring your right arm out long in front of you. Move your left forearm parallel to the top of your mat, resting your head below your left forearm. It may feel good to bring a blanket here to rest your head on, to have a blanket under your knees, or a pillow to rest your chest on. This posture opens up the upper back while counteracting everyday rounding of the spine and increases shoulder mobility. Gently come up onto your left forearm and slide your palms under your shoulders. Come down to child's pose again, this time taking an embryo variation with arms down along the side body. Come to all fours, toes together, knees wide. Move the left arm up in a twist. Thread it between your right armpit and the floor, placing your left shoulder to the ground. Right arm can stay extended or brought in closer to your body. Feel out this side of the body, perhaps moving into a child's pose with a twist, or extending the right arm up and behind your sacrum. Observe and decide how this side feels. press into your right hand, bringing your left arm back through and under your shoulder. Sink back into a child's pose. Come up to all fours. Take your knees slightly wider than your hips. Lower down to your elbows. Bring your left arm out long in front of you. Move your right forearm parallel to the top of your mat, resting your head below your right forearm. It may feel good to bring a blanket here to rest your head on, a blanket under the knees, or a pillow to rest your chest on. Slowly come up onto your right forearm and slide your arms under your shoulders. Sink back into embryo pose. Bring your torso up, coming to all fours. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over the wrists, hips over the knees. push into the ground with your palms. Take an inhale, rounding the back up. Exhale, swaying the back down. Keep going with your breath. Observe again how your upper back is responding to this movement in comparison to how you felt at the beginning of practice. Find stillness. Come to an easy seat. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you would like to spend some more time stretching the upper back muscles, I suggest doing the 50-minute yin introduction for the heart, lung, intestine meridian, as those postures also stretch the upper back muscles. I have that linked on the video now and in the description. Take a deep inhale, breathing in healing and space, and a slow exhale, unbinding yourself of tension and all the things that you can let go of. Namaste.